Hey, welcome to Digging into the Bible. My name is Jim Barnard. This is a production of Tiller Coaching. All right, it's day 6. Thank you for joining me. We are in Romans chapter 3, and so far we've got Paul with this really great gospel presentation that is ramping up. And, what we saw yesterday is absolutely at the center of the gospel. The reality that we can't save ourselves. We ain't good enough. So you ain't good enough, I ain't good enough, we ain't good enough. And I don't care if that's improper English, it's just true. It is absolutely factual. And with that reality, Paul takes it a step further just to illustrate a trap that we might fall into, that we might be prone to. And so with that as the backdrop, let's go ahead and dig in. This is Romans chapter 3, starting at verse 1. Then what advantage has the Jew, or what is the value of circumcision? Much in every way. To begin with, the Jews were entrusted with the oracles of God. What if some were unfaithful? Does their faithlessness nullify the faithfulness of God? By no means. Let God be true, though everyone were a liar, as it was written, that you may be justified in your words and prevail when you are judged. But if our unrighteousness serves to show the righteousness of God, what shall we say? That God is unrighteous to inflict wrath on us? I speak in a human way. By no means, for then how could God judge the world? If through my lie God's truth abounds to his glory, why am I still being condemned as a sinner? And why not do evil that good may come, as some people slanderously charge us with saying, their condemnation is just. All right, so if yesterday's theme is you ain't good enough, today's theme is it ain't about you, okay? So Paul acknowledges that the Jews had a head start in terms of knowing God, who he is, what he's about, how to please him. So that's an absolute advantage. Like Paul's like, okay, good, like you've got the context for God. Congrats, that's awesome. But Paul presents that despite their head start, Jewish people have still been unfaithful because no one is perfectly faithful, like just no one. This doesn't nullify the faithfulness of God. His perfection, you know what? It's perfect. It's the real deal. We can't measure up to that yardstick. That's just not something that we can do. The trap here is that some of us can justify our unrighteousness and our unrighteous actions as an opportunity for God's goodness and grace to shine. That's a dangerous game. Like, it's really, really dangerous. Think about this, and I'll give an illustration. I had a friend literally tell me that he really indulged in pornography, that it was something that he did regularly. It was his way of understanding like the world and understanding what the trappings were so that he could help other people. Like, this was his tactic to learn how to help. And I absolutely agree that, addicts of all sorts can be the best, helpers or assistants in someone's recovery. I totally agree in that. But to do this with this design of helping other people, that it's somehow a righteous move, it's just like, what are you talking about? Like that makes no sense. That's just wrong. Like, you are falling into a trap yourselves. You're justifying something that's just wrong, like straight up wrong. So stop it. But we do this in small ways every day, that we rely on God's grace to cover up our sins. That trap is it's as real as it is. Like, we still should pursue righteous living, but at the same time, we can't be fully righteous. So then what do? It's a great question. We do the best that we can, but we realize that it's not about us. It's about God. It is about him and his faithfulness and his goodness and his love for us and his joy in our lives, like living out a fruitful life. Like, we need to be focused on him. What happens is we put the focus on ourselves and not the focus on him. The focus is everything. Where our heart is, just like Paul was saying about all the different circumcision and uncircumcision, it's circumcision of the heart. It's where our focus is. It's where our, the condition of our heart lies. And so, that's not easy. It's easier said than done to just be to be good, putting our focus on God. But man, I tell you what, I think we all have to ask ourselves the hard question: am I making it about me? Because it ain't about me. It ain't about you. So that's what I have for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I will see you tomorrow as we dig into the rest of Romans chapter 3. I'll see you then.